Hello, welcome in. Hey, Kevin. I'm doing well. Hi, P. Do you guys have any yes or no questions you'd like to ask today? Hi, James. Thank you. P, I have a no. I have the Tower and the Seven of Swords. Hey, Tammy. That sounds good. I'm actually updating the list right now. Princess, I have a yes. 4 of Wands. Q, I have. Ooh, let's see. Hold on. They care about you, but I'm not getting love yet. Okay. Fabi. Hey, Sienna, welcome in. Hi, Princess, you're welcome. Kevin, I have a yes this star. James, I have your question. And I assume we're doing love option 2 for you, James. Fabi, I am getting a no, the death card. Hi, Ray, welcome in. Sienna, I think your timing might be a little off. I have 2 of swords and 4 of pentacles. So it looks like a maybe, but probably not. James, okay, sounds good. You're welcome, Kevin. You're welcome, Sienna. Thank you for stopping by. Summit, I have a yes. 3 of cups. You're welcome, Summit. Ray, it looks like a yes. I have the 3 of pentacles. Not only that is a yes card, but it also represents friendship or teamwork, working together with someone else to make something happen. So I feel like that's almost like a double yes for you. Jean, I have a yes. Ace of Swords. You're welcome, Jean. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so I've updated the donation list. Free list is closed, guys, unless you are new to me. Let me know if you're a new sub. Otherwise, we are done with the free list. We are going to start with Q. Q is first on my list. So Q, if you are ready, go ahead and post your question and let me know what you donated for. Is this an in-depth reading, a love spread, etc.? You're welcome, Ray. You got it, Q. Just let me know what your question is. Is there a future with Reg? Will I be successful in career? So Q, those are two separate questions. In what you donated for would allot for a mini reading for each question. If you want in-depth readings, you would have to donate for a BOGO instead. So if you're okay with those being answered, I can do a mini reading for the first question and then a mini reading for the second. Then we can just do that. Q, I have your question. I think the chat might be a little bit behind. You said you wanted an in-depth reading. I could only do an in-depth on one of those questions that you posted. If you want both questions answered, then I can do a mini reading for each one. I'm just confirming that that's okay with you. If you want in-depth for both questions, you would need to donate for a BOGO, which would be $5 more. Okay, that sounds good. I'll go ahead and shuffle you now for minis. So cute. I am getting a yes that there is a future with this person. It looks like the extent of the potential that I'm getting is like dating one another, possibly entering in a relationship. So when I ask the question straight out, is there a future here? I do have the Two of Swords, and this kind of means like there is a path that leads to you guys being together. It's not set in stone, but it's definitely possible. The Two of Swords is kind of like taking a shot in the dark, so it would require the both of you to kind of get over the sense of the unknown and the fear behind that and just kind of go for it. I also have the star here, which indicates to have hope for this connection in the future and have confidence in it with the Queen of Wands. The as far as like the relationship goes, why I said the highest potential that I'm seeing right now, it can go beyond this, but as of right now, this is like the most that I can see is, it is kind of like a romantic feeling between the two of you, kind of like a crush. This would indicate like the feelings of like butterflies, nervousness for dates, and first experiences of affection towards one another. I see this potential leading into a relationship, but when it comes to tarot and it comes to looking into the future possibilities, it depends on the decisions that we make now that will help alter our future for what we're looking for it to be. So until you ask Reg out or Reg asks you out, or if you guys can find a way to connect deeper than what you are now, then I think we could check into the energy later to see if maybe the future has progressed, or if there's basically what I'm saying is because not enough has happened in the now, it's hard to see a future that there is marriage, or you guys being together for long term. as of right now. However, I think that that's definitely a possibility. Um, so I'm leaning towards yes. Essentially, the reading is saying to have hope and confidence in the connection itself. Okay, so Q. Tammy, I posted the about 10 minutes ago in the chat. I posted the list. We're working on Q right now. So Q. You are I'm so sorry, I just got distracted. So basically you have this strength card which indicates that what either that you're doing for career or like maybe career category itself may be challenging for you. But you do have the ability to overcome any obstacles. Strength that you have, no pun intended, is that you can easily influence those around you. So if you're looking to get a job, you might find that people receive you well, maybe like during interviews or once you get hired, people take to you, like in your workplace. The job itself, the career itself might be challenging for you. I feel like you've managed well enough over the years, but I feel almost like either the career path that you're seeking, if you have something in mind, may not be exactly what it is that you need to be doing. And or maybe it's just maybe I'm like struggling here to see this message, but I have the tower and it indicates that there's like a revisement that's needed to happen. So, hey, Rising. So, I need you to either take a look at the career that you have, sit with yourself and make sure that it's really something that you want. And if not, maybe look at other options. And if you do feel like it is what you want, you might have to approach this differently, because the Tower is kind of like the energy of reconfiguring, restructuring, dismantling, and rebuilding. And also with the World here, it kind of indicates that maybe what you've done up until this point is in the past, and maybe there's a need for a new start to happen here. It's possible that through these challenges that you have with your career, that this could leave you feeling like I don't know, like there's some disappointment possibly. I have the Three of Swords, so this maybe indicate like trouble, failed projects, opportunities falling through, job loss, things like that you could be taking personally, or maybe like you tried something, you did it well, but realize it's not for you, and maybe you're feeling the stress of it all, feeling like, did I waste my time? But overall, like with these cards, it's kind of indicating that there is hardship here when it comes to your career. And I think that it's going to require revising your plan, possibly to changing into a new career, or if this is really something that you want to do, maybe approach it differently. I'm the type of reader who gives examples when I do readings. So, for example, if you're a nurse and that's your career, and you realize that the hospital isn't the best place for you because you're working wonky hours, you're working overtime, maybe switching to a family practice as a nurse would be more conducive for your schedule. Or if you find that that doesn't work for you because you're too like free spirited and you kind of want to not be strapped down to a 9 to 5, then maybe like a traveling nurse would be better for you, because then you could explore the world, see other things, be more of like an on-call situation. So that's the example that I have, is that if this career is something that you want, if you've pinned something down and a change is required, maybe you just approach it differently. Maybe you can still do what you're doing, but in a different environment. So, Q, that is the message I have for you. I know that the chat is a little bit lagging, so if you can't respond to me right away, it's totally understandable. So next up I have James. James, if you're here, feel free to check in with me. Fire Spawn, thank you for joining us. If you have a question, you can ask a free yes no. Hey James, thanks for checking in. And Rising, let me add you to the list. Fire Spawn, thank you for subscribing. I want to let you know that I offer free yes no questions every time I go live. So hopefully you stick around and we see you again. You have to make sure you get here early for those. Right now we're doing a free yes no for you because you're a new sub to me today, but moving forward you'll have to get here earlier in the live stream, okay? You're welcome, Q. Fire Swan, I am getting a no. They haven't seen it yet. 4 of Wands in reverse and 7 of Swords. So this would indicate to me that maybe they're just busy. Four of Wands in reverse indicates a lack of foundation or instability. So their schedule could be kind of crazy right now, and that's probably why. The Seven of Swords also indicates that they're trying to do something privately, or maybe this person's like, I don't know. I'm kind of getting like either if and when they see your message, they're not going to want you to know that they did, or another interpretation of that could be that right now they're just trying to have some time to themselves. And so maybe they're not looking at social media, something along those lines. All right. So, James, I'm going to go ahead and just throw this up on the screen for you so that if you come back, you've got it. And we are going to look into the love spread number 2. James, are things going well for you guys? Are you still liking how things are going between you? Hopefully so. Love option 2 for Patty and James. Love option 2 for Patty and James. You're welcome, Fire Spawn. Okay, so as far as the connection goes, as far as feelings go, I feel like with this person, you're Patty, I'm sorry. So this person, I know who I'm talking about. I feel like Patty is in a place of knowing that she has the tendency to self-sabotage a lot, and she has the tendency to kind of like run away. And so I feel like right now she's kind of battling herself to not do that, to not sabotage this connection, to get comfortable with feeling a little bit uncomfortable, so that way she can experience something new and beautiful and exciting. Because she's saying, like, I mess up things in my life sometimes, and like, I don't want to ruin this. I really want to try hard not to mess this up. And so I feel like she really is trying, to put her best foot forward and not let her head get in the way or let herself overthink too much, even though I do think that she's overthinking. She's saying that she likes how things are now. She didn't like how things were before. So that's kind of like what's going on in her head. Is that she likes the progress that you guys have made. She likes the trajectory. It's possible that like before, meaning like before you guys were able to like kind of ground the connection, it made her kind of sad, or it made her disappointment disappointed or unsatisfied. She didn't like how things were going. She wanted a change between your connections. So those are some things that she might be thinking about lately, like how happy she is with the progress that you guys have made so far. As far as feelings go, she's trying to have hope in the connection, despite maybe her fears or the voices in her head being really loud, especially because she's trying so hard to do things the right way, not mess anything up. She's like, I've got to have hope in this. Like, this is giving me hope. The connection's giving me hope. I'm feeling hope. I'm not giving up. I'm not walking away. This is really big. This person's really important to me. Let's see. Um, all right. So as far as intentions go, um, I feel like she intends on, I almost feel like she's trying to alter her brain chemistry. Like I feel like she finds herself overthinking, or when doubt starts to creep in, she's trying really hard not to let that overcome. And she's going, no, I'm not thinking like that anymore. I'm going to think more positively. My intentions are to do better this time around, learn from my mistakes. Like, whenever a negative thought comes in or whenever doubt sets in, I observe that thought, but I don't let it like overcome me or consume me or get in the way of the connection. So her intentions are to do what she can to like stop old patterns or old behavior from getting in the way of this connection, if that makes sense. um there are no outside influences or blocks. I will say that you're helping her grow. You're helping her realize what she wants to change about herself, and that's a good thing. And then overall energy, I have as the Empress. So I think maybe before she might have kept a wall up, maybe not been really honest or truthful, maybe not fully expressed herself the way that she should. And the overall energy is the Empress, which indicates that there has been growth here near to you. She is getting better. She's feeling better about herself. And actually, there's a song that just came to mind. So you might want to look up these lyrics because it might apply to your situation. So the song is called Near to You, and it's by an artist called A Fine Frenzy. And so the lyrics might resonate for you. But essentially, the song says that being close to you is helping her heal. And even if she's cautious or even if she's got quote unquote damage, you are helping her and she's getting better because she's close to you. All right, so let's take a look at your mini reading. Let's take a look at Valentine's Day. After James, we have Tammy. Tammy, if you're in here, I did see that you put one of your questions under your donation. So I'll look at that when I'm shuffling for you. If you have a follow-up question you'd like to ask because you got a BOGO, feel free to send it my way, or if you want to put it in the chat, that also works. Oh, through Instagram? Okay, let me pull up my messages really quickly. Oh my gosh. Oh. Thanks for the follow. All right, Tammy, I'm going to read your question here in just a second. I'm just going to finish up James's reading. Okay, I got you. Hi, Oreo Cookies. How are you? What a name. Oreo Cookies, if you would like to ask a yes or no question, you can do that. It's a free yes/no. How does Valentine's Day look for Patty and James? I see Ace of Cups. It hasn't come out yet, but I'm seeing it, so that's a good thing. Valentine's Day for Patty. Ooh, okay. So far, we have the Hierophant, the 10 of Pentacles. Who doesn't? Cookies are so good. Wow, James, this is looking fantastic. So you have the Hierophant, 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, Judgment, and Wheel of Fortune. So right off the bat, we're talking like things going smoothly, getting along really well. The flow, the vibe is there. There doesn't seem to be any like blocks or hindrances that come in. It seems like you guys are just driving really well together. The 10 of Pentacles talks a lot about like happiness and long-term happiness and long-term satisfaction. We have with the 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, like reaping the rewards for all of your efforts and all of your energy. And so this indicates like a very like rewarding day together or date that you guys will have. Also with the Judgment, it looks like you guys are both on the same page. It feels like you guys are able to identify with one another. You feel very comfortable around one another. Specifically on this Judgment card, it's a person walking with what looks to be a flute. if I'm not mistaken, with like music, dancing all around. So music could be a big thing on this particular day. There could be symbolism there, but essentially, this person in this picture is just very happy. You know, when you're happy, you sing. When you're happy, you dance, and it's just a very high vibrational energy that I'm getting through these cards. Wheel of Fortune 2 also talks about like luck being on your side, divine timing, divinely blessed. So maybe even literally getting lucky. So we'll see. But overall, Valentine's Day or whatever day you choose to spend Valentine's Day with Patty, it looks really good for the both of you. Let's see, James. When I started, if you want to scroll, hold on, I'm still looking. When did this start? James, you might want to scroll back about like 15 minutes or so. Scroll back on the live. Yeah, about like 15 minutes ish. And that's where I started at the very beginning. But that's where I'm going to leave this reading, James. Thank you. I hope it resonates for you. All right. Let me update the donation list for everyone. All right, Oreo cookies. So Oreo cookies, I have the Page of Swords and the Ten of Swords here. So this kind of indicates that either they, I don't know, maybe they're feeling like you don't have enough experience and they might pass you by or pass over you for someone else who they deem more experienced. The Page of Swords is someone who's like eager to learn, eager to step up to a challenge. So I don't know. I feel like this is more like an apprenticeship with like very medial pay, or it's possibly you won't get the job. It just doesn't feel like the best opportunity. So I guess you would have to think to yourself, like, is like experience and like minimum wage like good enough for you, or do you feel like you're too experienced and maybe you're looking for something that's going to offer you more money? Because the Page of Swords just kind of talks a lot about like feeling like you're gonna be overlooked in some way, or that maybe even if you do have a lot of experience, you bring a lot to the table, feeling like someone else might do the job better. So I don't know. It feels like either you're gonna be it feels like you'll be disappointed in some way or shape or form. It could be if they offer you the job, it's not as much as you wanted, or potentially just not get the job at all. So that's kind of what I'm picking up. I do hope I'm wrong, of course. Hey, Jazz, welcome in. How are you? Tammy, I'm going to go ahead and just throw that up on the screen because we're about to do yours now. So Oreo cookies, then it's possible that they're not offering you as much as you would like. The Pageosaurus is just like not, it's not a king, you know? Like if I saw a king in any of the suits, if I saw a 10 of pentacles, for example, I feel like, or an emperor, like I feel like it would feel more substantial. It would feel more like this is the job you could retire from. You're going to get everything you deserve at this place. A page is just starting off in their journey. And so it does give a sense of disappointment or being overlooked with that reading. You're welcome. Hey, Jazz, thank you for donating. Let me add you to the list. Oreo cookies, hopefully we see you back again soon. Brooklyn, thank you for checking in with me. All right, the one I sent through PayPal is a mini, and I want an in-depth love spread. Okay, let me read your message. Okay, I just read your message. Let's take a look at what information I can get for you. Okay, so Tammy, Um, the first question, as far as like, will he do it? I am getting a yes. I have the Ace of Pentacles, which suggests like someone giving something to you, um, which you can kind of like defer or discern like what I'm trying to say here. They're saying that they will. Um, and as far as like, are they concerned at all about this? So long as you like aren't having a what is the word? What am I trying to say? Um like an event. You know what I mean? Like so long as you're not having an event, they're not concerned at all. It seems like this type of person is kind of like down for whatever, like I don't think that they would make a conscious decision if they knew for a absolute fact in that moment that something bad could happen. I feel like they would be smart about this, right? But at the same time, I don't think that it would, like, I think as long as everything's good on your end, you know what I mean, in that moment, I think it's fine. I don't think it's something that would necessarily deter them. I think that they're educated enough, that they know when it would be a good decision to say yes and when would be a good decision to say no. So I do feel like overall they are being fairly truthful. Um, I think that it would be important for them to know, because I asked. We have the judgment card, so in those moments, he would just make a judgment call. He would say, "Okay, this is a good time for this," or maybe this isn't. But I do feel like he would want to know, like, if you get any information back, either way, he would want to know. He's interested. He would actually encourage you to go talk to someone and figure out the answer either way, so that way he would know. But I think overall, though, I am getting that he would be fine with it. Again, it would be a judgment call depending on the situation. But I think he'd be fine with it. And I don't think he would be considering it a risk at all, because like I said, I do feel like he would be well knowledged about it. And I feel like if someone says to you like, no, I wouldn't want to do that, because they're very cautious people, they just wouldn't want to put themselves in the situation. But I feel like because he's open-minded enough about it, I think that he maybe has some experience and understanding, and he doesn't want to be judgmental for anything that may have happened between you. I think he wants to come into it with a very open mind. I think also too, if you haven't already had the conversation with him, it would be worth it to see if he's had any experiences like this before, to basically see what's going on with him. And also, I feel like just understanding like his experiences and maybe him going to someone to figure out like if he's good, you know what I mean? I think that's also important. It's not just about you. I think that he also needs to bring something to the table. So that way nothing further can happen, just in case. Just make sure that you guys are good on both sides, right? But yeah, I think overall, to end this reading, I think that you can just take his word for it that he would be okay. I think that he's being truthful. He's being honest about it. So Tammy, I offer a a in-depth love spread. And then I also can do a freestyle love reading between you guys. So the freestyle would basically be me pulling cards and telling you what I see and getting information in a very like freestyle way. Or if you have specific questions you'd like answered, you can always look at my details tab under the in-depth love spread, and it basically shows you that like I look into feelings, intentions, wants, energy, strengths, weaknesses, etc. So are you wanting a structured? That's the word I was looking for. Do you want more structured or freestyle? Freestyle. Okay, got it. Brooklyn, I have your question. Thank you. All right, freestyle, freestyle. Let's see. So there's a lot of like chemistry and passion here between the two of you. I would say there's a mutual attraction. And I have the Ace of Wands here, which indicates that like this person inspires you, maybe you inspire them. Um, and inspiration can be just like for like inspired because you think to yourself, like, oh, this is something else that's available to me. You know, like what else is out there? I don't have to put myself in a box or stick with a situation that makes me unhappy. This person's inspiring me to try something new and, you know, put myself out there, that kind of thing. But the wands also indicates that there is a sexual attraction and like a chemistry between the two of you. I have the emperor energy, so I do feel like this person is willing to be there for you, be a rock, maybe even provide for you or provide some type of stability. For some reason, I'm really looking. The Emperor in this reading is wearing deer antlers or some type of antlers with a lot of, I don't even know. I don't hunt, so I don't even know what I'm, with a lot of points, I guess you would say. So this indicates like someone who's like extremely mature. So like someone who would give to you. I feel like they're looking at you as someone who could provide emotional stability for them. You may be looking at you as someone who would be careful with their heart, someone who would be nurturing and caring, because maybe so far what they've seen is that you're very healing and you're just like a good-natured, generous person. And we're really getting a lot of provider energy because I also have the King of Pentacles here. So this is someone who is just here to be like the man in the connection, for a lack of better words. The Magician here is indicating that like this person might have all that you're looking for and vice versa. Like he may look at you as someone who has all or a lot of the qualities that he's looking for in someone. And this indicates like a very free will relationship, consensual relationship. You're not trying to persuade him into something he's not ready for, and he's not doing that to you, which is nice to see. Just like a very consensual, fair relationship of free will, just the desire to be with one another. The Sun here talks about you bring a lot of joy and happiness to them or to each other. He brings joy and happiness to you. The Sun indicates like a bright spot. You might refer to him as being a highlight in your day, and he might feel the same. The Sun also talks about like a lot of positivity, virility as well. So maybe thinking about a future with you and the possibility of like maybe someday down the line having a child with you if that's possible. And essentially the sun is just like having fun and feeling like the sun is shining down on the situation. We also have the Ten of Pentacles, so this indicates for the relationship itself there's a desire by both parties to for this to last a long time. Like, I think potentially you might be looking at him and he might be looking at you as this could be my life partner. So I think there is also like a serious nature as well here, that he takes you seriously, you take him seriously in the way that like you guys could be each other's like person. Like, this feels like something that's gonna be long term. We also have the Empress here. So everyone knows when I see the significance of the Empress and the Emperor being in the same reading is a very big deal, because every divine feminine is working towards Empress energy in this life. Every emperor or every divine masculine is working towards being an emperor. This is like the ultimate match, the highest match, the best match. So you guys are looking at each other as like being very compatible for you. The Empress also talks about fertility as well. So you have a lot of cards indicating like mother, father, and children. So kind of like a family unit. And at a minimum, if children are not something you're wanting, maybe creating a life together could be that where that like fertility energy goes towards, is like building a life together or creating a life together. I feel like you guys would also work hard in the connection to make sure that it stays faithful, it stays truthful, honest, open. This doesn't seem like the type of relationship that's a quitter. So yeah, you have a lot of really great cards here. Not a single one is even slightly negative. I feel like this is the type of person that they don't give up easy, and they'll exhaust all options before like walking away. And we also have the Death card here, which talks about this being a very transformative relationship in your life. So that looks really good. That's all he keeps asking. Can you still have children? Aw. So he's like really thinking about that hard. That's actually interesting, because that shows right there like how serious he is. Because I don't think he would want to pursue a relationship necessarily if he thought that that wasn't an option. So if he wasn't taking you seriously or thinking about a future with you, that wouldn't be even on his radar right now, because he would be more in the here and now and just focused on what's going on now. But because he's thinking far into the future and asking you questions like that, it does indicate to me that he is wanting more from this, and potentially like for you to be his person, like the last person that he's in a relationship with, you know? Makes sense, Tammy, but you know in your heart what you're feeling and what you think you should do. That's cute. Well, Tammy, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your readings with me. Brooklyn, shuffling for you now. You're welcome, Tammy. So Brooklyn, I have the 2 of Wands and the Death card, which indicates that he's looking for a change. He wants things to be different. I have the 6 of Swords, which indicates that he wants things to become easier. He has intentions for things to not be as hard. So like the 6 of Swords talks about maybe experiencing a hardship within your connection, or things are just aren't really going well, they're ebbing, they're not flowing. And the 6 of Swords indicates that like the worst is behind you, or the hardest that you guys have gone through is in the past, and you are intending to move into an easier future or an easier time together. So this person's intentions is wanting to bring change into the relationship so that things can feel easier between you. I think he also understands that patience may be required, that you can't just snap your fingers and everything is like perfect again and everything is fine, everything's good. I think that he knows that maybe there's some things to make up for. I specifically have the 5 of Pentacles, which indicates that he's missing you, or he's missing like being close to you. There's some like feeling like being on the outside, and he's looking for warmth. He's out in the cold. He's like wanting to come inside and not, wow, that was kind of sexual. That's what she said. But like he wants to like be close to you, and maybe it is sexual. Maybe, he is thinking about these things. But yeah, I feel like he may think that there's like some need for bringing some clarity to your relationship, or making an apology, asking for forgiveness, something along those lines. And his intentions are for things to get easier between you, or make things easier between you. So Rising, are we doing a BOGO for you? Hi, Happy Coffee. You can ask a yes and no question. Okay, Rising, you got it. Oh, yes. I'll read it in PayPal. Happy Coffee. All right, so I got the Page of Wands. That is a yes, in my opinion. Page of Wands talks about being a free spirit, doing things like kind of spontaneously, not thinking too much or overthinking. So this could be a call to action for you to dig more into your free spirited side if you don't feel you are now. Do things on a whim, do things spontaneously, don't try too hard to find love. Just maybe get yourself out there in a way that might make you feel a little uncomfortable but could be very rewarding. The Page of Wands also indicates that this person that's coming your way could be a fire sign, Sag, Aries, Leo, someone that's potentially younger than you. It doesn't necessarily mean years younger, it could just mean a month or two, but or maybe they just have like a very young free spirit, just really young at heart. But yeah, ultimately I am getting a yes for you, Happy Coffee. All right. So, Rising, I'm reading your question now. All right, let's take a look. Hey, Jazz, I have your questions. Hi, Aqua. Welcome back. I'm not doing free questions for people unless they're new subs. So, unfortunately, my list is closed. But definitely come back again. I always recommend you guys trying to get here early because I offer free reads, whether you've been here before or if you're new, at the first 15 minutes of every live stream. So just make sure you get here early. Recommendation would be, if you don't already, turn on your notifications for my channel. So that way you'll get that notification. You can pop in, get your question answered, and then you can do whatever you want after that. So Aqua, I have options ranging from $3 to $30. If you take a look at the description on my channel, just click the little description box, see more, and you will see all the different prices that I'm offering for today and what those readings include. So you can just take a quick look there. And yes, Aqua, you can absolutely pay now. You will be added on to the list. We have 2 people ahead of you, and then it'll be your turn. Wowza. Rising, I probably would not. Only because I don't think you're going to get a response. Now, we can check back into this again soon and see if that changes, but right now I am getting a no. And since you're a reader, I'm just going to tell you what cards I have so far, just so that way you can be like, okay, yeah, probably not. I have the 9 of Wands, the Hermit, the 7 of Swords, the Tower, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Cups. And I'm still pulling, but overall, to me, that's feeling like you probably would not get a response. But I'm going to keep going here. So, Aqua, I'm going to put it in the chat for you, my PayPal information, but also it's linked in the pinned comment. All you have to do is click the link tree and you'll see my Cash App, Venmo, and payment options. So I think because I got my answer already, I'm going to take this opportunity, Rising, to see if maybe Spirit can give me a better timing on when, like, this person might be more responsive or, like, more open to texting and messaging back. So I have wait, patience is needed. That's the specific message. The soonest that I think we should check back into this energy is in 5 days. I have the 5 of Swords here. So I think that he would either be more responsive or more likely to respond in 5 days, or maybe Spirit saying to check back in again with me or someone else to check the energy to see if it's shifted at all. So I think that we should just go with that, like 5 days from now. either he's more responsive or check in with the energy. And I think you could even probably pull a card or two by yourself if you wanted in 5 days. So where does that leave us? Let's see. February 6th. So sometime between February 6th and 7th might be better. Did you have any follow-up questions to that, Rising? I can pull a couple more cards for you. Okay, how would he feel about it? Let's see. You're welcome. So, Rising, do you want me to ask how he would feel about it if you asked him now or if you asked him in a couple of days? Because I think I might get different answers, possibly. So, if you were to reach out like today, for example, or reach out now, do you want me to ask how he would feel about it then? Yes, now, okay, let's take a look here. All right, so rising, I am getting that this will put a sudden maybe pressure on him when he receives this because it's an open-ended question, so he'll feel like if he doesn't respond, it will be rude. And I think that he doesn't want to get further into the doghouse with you. I feel like he wants to make a good impression, and so if he doesn't respond to you, he's just continually giving you bad impressions of him. And that makes him feel stressed because that's not what he wants to do. But at the same time, because I don't think that he would be open to responding, it kind of puts him in a very stressed out place. I have the Five of Swords here and the Ten of Wands, which indicates like stress, feeling not, when I say burden, I don't want you to take it the wrong way, but feeling like fuck, why did she text me? Because like now I feel like I have to respond, and he is like burdened, again, for lack of better words, burdened with this like will I, won't I kind of thing. Overall, I do think that he appreciates you reaching out to him. I think that he likes hearing from you. I think that he's just thinking bad timing, and that's all. You're welcome, Rising. All right, Jazz, if you're here, please check in with me. Hey, Jazz, welcome in. Thank you for checking in. We're about to shuffle for you now. That's okay. That's all right. You don't have to know the sign. It does help sometimes, but it's okay. Rising, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you again. Aqua, no, you don't have to send anything else. I can do the 2 questions that you asked. 444. Hey. Oh, I missed it. You're welcome, Aqua. Jazz, yes, I am getting that this is in the works. So I don't have like a definite yes, but I am leaning towards like 80-90%. The first card out is the Seven of Cups. So to me, this feels like there's a lot of different like ideas swirling about. So I feel like this is definitely in the works, if that makes sense. This is definitely a plan or a tentative plan that she has, or that she intends to do. So that's why it feels like it's leaning towards a yes, because the idea is already in her head. It's like kind of like just a matter of time before she comes around and gets to you, kind of thing. The Seven of Pentacles in the Three of Pentacles also indicates that she's kind of planting the seeds here and there, like with you, and then other situations, again, strictly for business, because I haven't dug into your second question yet. But she's kind of got like a lot of balls in the air, and she's kind of trying to see like what can come from each of those things. So the seeds are being planted as we speak. So again, with the Three of Pentacles, this feels very collaborative. I'm not sure if like that's what you're doing with her, if it's like a collaborative effort or project or something along those lines, but does feel like teamwork. And I almost am sensing like bringing in a third person into the mix. So I don't know if she has like a partner or if you have a partner, maybe teaming up with you, but also like an additional person is also like some kind of thing that's swirling around. Let's see. Oh, that's so funny because I said she's got like a lot of balls in the air. We have the Eight of Wands here. So Eight of Wands is kind of like all the things going at one time, a lot of cylinders. Okay, so I have to be patient for modeling. She wants to scout me. It does feel like a yes. Yep. But I also feel like she's got her hands in other pots, if that makes sense. There's multiple cards here. Excuse me. Multiple cards in this reading that talks about like her being involved with like multiple people. So maybe she is like scouting others alongside you. I guess that would be the thing that makes the most sense here in the situation. But the intention is there to reach out to you. I feel like it's just a matter of time before it happens. All right, second question. Okay, so um, you know, I think a jazz spirit saying, "Hey, anything can happen," but probably not. I think that this person likes to keep things separate, work life, personal life, that kind of thing. Um, so spirit's kind of saying like she's not entirely closed off, anything can happen, but it's probably not going to. So I have the death card, the 9 of swords, the 8 of swords. That's all no's for me. And then I also have the wheel of fortune with the 3 of pentacles. So this indicates like I also have the 2 of cups here. So I feel like with these cards, it's kind of like she's more interested in like different types of partnerships. If it's going to be like a romantic one, then it's a romantic one. If it's going to be a business one, it's going to be a business one. She's interested in partnering up with you, but I don't think it's in like the romantic sense. But with the wheel here, it says that she's more interested in keeping things professional or staying maybe friends with you. The fact that it's paired with the wheel does tell me that these things are up for a gamble. So I think you might be able to do some convincing, if that makes sense, to where she changes her stance on this. But going into it, I think that this is just the type of person that she is. So she'll likely try really hard to avoid temptation, if that makes sense. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think there could be some corrupting her. But I think that it would require some serious persuasion on your part. I think she's fairly strong-willed, and she like kind of has, a certain perspective on this type of situation that she likes to stick to her guns. Cute. Thank you, Jazz. Thank you for your donation and also your patience. Jazz, yes, absolutely. You can donate again. Just give me a second to do Aqua's reading and then I can get to you, okay? All right, this is for Aqua. You're welcome. Okay, so Aqua, I am getting didn't mean to throw that on the screen. Sorry. I am getting that Raja will not or does not intend to contact you. I have the Six of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Justice card. It's all giving like, I feel like he's just trying to keep his distance. The Six of Swords talks about like moving on, moving forward, trying to pay attention to his own feelings versus like someone else's feelings. He's trying to stay true to himself with the Justice card here. I asked, would he be open to hearing from you? And I got a maybe. So if you feel like this is his responsibility to communicate with you and you don't want to communicate with him, I don't think that anything is going to come from it. I don't think he will contact you. You have more likely the option to receive a response from him if you reach out. But at the same time, that's not a guarantee that he will communicate back or give you a response. It's just more likely to hear from him if you reach out first. As far as his feelings, I feel like he's saying that he's been trying to kind of keep you guys in the past. He's trying to move on, honestly, and I think that he's trying to have his space. He says that he's needing more space. He is trying to move forward, trying to move on. I do have a card here that talks about secrets, so I feel like he may not have been fully honest with you or upfront with you about a lot of things that he hasn't communicated to you or told you. And I feel like maybe when it comes to you, he got in a little bit over his head. He felt like, I don't know, maybe he thought he was leading you on, or maybe he thought that like things were moving too quickly in certain ways. I'm not sure, but it almost feels like he says like he does have some regrets here. So yeah, that is what I have for you, Aqua. I'm glad that it's resonating for you. Thank you, Aqua. All right, so Jazz is up next. Jazz, let me know when you donate. I'm going to run to the bathroom really quickly. Aqua, I do feel, yes, that it's better to move on, especially because he's showing an energy of the fact that he is trying to move on as well. And so it might just be better for you both to do that. Oh, so Jazz, I got your donation. I just didn't get an email for it for some reason. All right, guys, I am back. Hey, Jazz, let's go ahead and get this going for you. Anybody that wants to donate after this, I'm open for donations. The only thing is that I will be taking another 5-minute break after this. I've been meaning to get dinner started, and one of those things are getting rice cooking in the rice maker, so I have to get that prepped. We're doing fried rice for dinner, and that means that I've got to get some rice refrigerated as soon as possible, or we're going to be eating at 10 o'clock at night. Okay. Hey, Jazz, would you consider an open relationship? Because I have the 3 of Cups here, and to me that's indicating that someone's looking for a third, if that makes sense. You might be getting an offer like that in some way, or potentially maybe 2 people are vying for your attention, or this is someone that comes to make you an offer that is interested in an open relationship. I feel like with the Magician, you kind of have your choice here, your pick. Who's coming her way? So yeah, the Chariot indicates like forward movement, but you have options this way or that way. They're kind of showing like 2 options here. There could be a reappearance of someone from your past. I feel like someone's here to offer you something new, though, something different. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. So we're looking at potential Taurus, Virgo, Cap, Gem, Libra, Aquarius. There's a little bit of Cancer energy in here. And again, I have the 6 of Cups. So someone from the past making a reappearance. I'm going to round this reading off by asking if these are serious offers. Yeah, that's what it felt like, is like 2 people wanting to bring you in. Are these serious offers? Serious committed offers. I am getting a yes, Queen of Swords. The Star as well. That's a good question. Let's see. All right, so they're saying first potential offer, because again, remember we were talking about multiple people. We are either talking about two wanting to bring in someone else or someone from the past as well coming back and making a reappearance. The first initial offer happens between February 19th and March 20th, is what they're showing me. Oh, are you really? Oh, damn. Okay. Wow. Well, I'm glad to hear this is resonating for you. Very, very cool. Wow, that's incredible. Just add in a model and then perfect. Okay, okay. Wow, that's actually incredible. Jazz, you'll have to keep me posted. Let me know how that goes. I'm glad that your birthday was a success. You do. Write a book, get started. You never know. Either that, like a biography, or you can just take your experiences, write what you know, but create fictional story, you know? That would also be cool. Shopaholic, hopefully you're having a good day. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. Not for long. It'll just be a few minutes. I'm here monitoring the chat. Donations are open. But I'm going to just step away for just a second. I got to get some stuff going here for dinner. Hey guys, I'm still here. If you guys have any questions, I'm just getting some things done in my kitchen really quickly, so I'm taking a break. If you're a new sub to me today, I'll answer a yes/no question for you. Donations are also open. Oh, hey, Shopaholic. That sounds good. Let me pull that up real quick. Shopaholic, I'll be with you in just a minute. All right, so it looks like we got 2 donations that have come through. Shopaholic, there was 1 donation just before you. So let me add these to the list so that everyone knows where they are. Oh, actually, I think I got the name wrong. All right, so sweetie, if you're here, please check in with me. Hey, sweetie. So what did you donate for? Okay, got it. Now, I only see one of your questions that you made through Cash App. Are you going to post your second question in the chat? All right. You got it. All right, so let's shuffle for your first question. All right, so I have that someone's coming towards you in love. This indicates something that's going to happen relatively soon. This card, Ace of Wands, typically talks about something happening fairly quickly or immediately. This is someone who there's an instant attraction. Now, this is at a very minimum a fling that could develop into something more. I feel like this person, you guys have a lot in common, or you identify with this person in some way due to moral, cultural, traditional upbringing. You feel like this person understands you and you get them. I feel like this is an ideal match. So, whether or not this is, a fling that turns into something more, or if it's something substantial right off the bat, I just have to keep going back to the fact that you guys are very attracted to one another. I think that with the Ace of Pentacles is like an offer being given to you. So yeah, the more I go along here, the more I feel like it's relationship material. Lots of communication, messages going back and forth, phone calls back and forth, something along those lines. This is a new person. This is not someone who you've dated before. Let's see. It might be really hard for them to completely open up to you in the beginning. Or maybe you feel that you can't open up to them. There's an energy of like showing your true authentic side of who you really are, feeling like you don't have to wear a mask might be difficult at first, because some trust needs to be built up. Hey SB, welcome in. But overall, I feel like you're really happy with this match. Okay, SB, that sounds good. All right. So next 6 months. I think income is going to be really good for you. You might get unexpected unexpected refunds or a bigger maybe tax return than you expected. This could also be potentially like rebates, someone gifting to you, maybe a raise at your job. But ultimately, it seems like you're getting good financial stability, or that's underway for the next 6 months. Hey, Philomena, welcome in. I'm going to update the donation list momentarily. I also feel like over the next 6 months, there's more focus being put by you onto your future, what you want your future to look like, maybe fantasizing about your future goals or future relationship. There's also like this, alongside this focus, there's kind of like a sub interpretation that could also indicate that you're putting more focus on how to set yourself up stability wise for the future. So you could be looking into investing, IRAs or retirement funds, maybe potentially looking at other streams of income to help ensure that you are properly set up the way that you want to be. There's like a sub interpretation here of just being a little bit more focused on what you want the future to look like and what can you do now to make that happen for yourself. I see some people acknowledging you or rewarding you or giving you some type of accolade, so you could be celebrated in the near 6 months. So like birthday, there could be like public recognition as in like a new relationship. There could be some type of congratulatory maybe award or something along the lines through work, or you've hit a new goal or you've achieved something that I feel like people are celebrating you. Let's see. I feel you're more optimistic over the next 6 months than maybe what you have been. Focused more on physical exercise as well. Focusing a little bit more on what you're consuming, not just like food wise, but also like mentally. What are you subscribing to? I feel like you're very focused on your thoughts and thinking more positively. You've been thinking about that a lot. Investing. Yeah. In the future. It's smart. It's smart to think about that now. What can you do now to help set yourself up better in the future? You'll never regret doing that. You know, it's just such a smart idea. Both readings sound amazing. I'll keep you updated. Thank you, Lynn, for your insight. You're welcome. Oh, you sent? All right, let me pull that up real quick. Shopaholic, if you're here, please check in with me. Oh, hey girl. I'm ready when you are. You can go ahead and post your question. SB, once your donation comes through, I'll confirm that. I added you to the list, okay? Okay, let's take a look here. Shopaholic, I got your additional 5 to make 15. Are you doing a BOGO or something else? All right, so Shopaholic, I have your first question. I just want to confirm that we're doing a BOGO for you, a buy one, get one. SB, it looks like your donation came through. For some reason, I didn't get an email notification, but I do see it on Cash App, though. All right, so Shopaholic, I gave you a few minutes to let me know if we're doing a BOGO for you or not. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and do the first reading as if it's part of a BOGO. I guess depending on what we're doing for you after this, I'll have to see if that's something we can do depending on what you donated. So I hope I'm right. I hope this isn't like a mini reading or something along those lines. Because then that might affect the second reading that I do if I like to know these things in advance just to make sure that you're getting what you want and I'm also not getting gypped in the process. So let me go ahead and shuffle for the first question again. I'm going to do it like we're doing a BOGO. I shut their door because I was waiting for the poop smell to go away. All right, Shopaholic, what can I expect in the next 6 months? Kate, welcome in. Thank you for subscribing. You're more than welcome to ask a yes/no question. I'll just have to get to you in between donations. So you'll have to stick around for your turn, okay? What can Shopaholic expect in the next 6 months? Yes, they're probably still hot because I just ran them. So Shopaholic, I have fun times ahead for you. Whatever it is that you consider fun, that's what I have here. The sun is someone who enjoys themselves. Oh, okay, Shopaholic, then I'll just pull some extra cards for you. So the sun is here and it's talking about like enjoying yourself, having fun, going out and maybe doing things that feel like you're being more intentional with how you're spending your time. And in order for you to enjoy yourself, doing things that you find pleasurable. The Hierophant here indicates maybe finding either getting closer to the people in your like circle or maybe bringing someone into your circle. The Hierophant talks of that in which you identify. So this is like maybe, you know, in the next 6 months, like making a new friend, someone who you feel close to, or spending more time with friends and family, whoever it is that you feel that you identify with, either due to traditions, upbringing, moral beliefs, common interests. You're spending more time being social, at least with those particular people that you feel close to. Again, this could indicate a new friend. There's a lot of feminine energy here, so I would say a female friend. Let's see here. We have your taking charge or leadership qualities taking a back seat over the next 6 months. I think you're just allowing yourself to be invited to things, or maybe spending more time creating more in your feminine energy, thinking of ideas, coming up with maybe or maybe partaking in hobbies that allow you to explore like your creative side, your feminine side. King of Wands is in reverse, so like this would require you to not be taking charge in your life over the next 6 months. So you're not making a lot of decisions. You're, for example, not going to be the person that's putting together a vacation for all of your friends and family and becoming the travel agent for that trip, for example, you're going to basically allow someone else to take charge of that. And this is an example again, and you're going to take the back seat and just be along for the ride. You're probably not going to be inviting a lot of people to things. You're going to be getting the invites versus you asking someone to be a part of something. They're asking you to be a part of things. I don't see you spending more or less time alone than usual. I think that whatever you feel is normal for you, I think that's what you end up doing over the next 6 months. As far as that goes, like self-care and alone time feels pretty normal. I don't think there's a big change there. But again, your social aspect is bringing more people into your circle or spending more time getting close to those who you feel you identify with. So let's see here. Trying to see. Kate, if you want to post your yes no question, feel free to do that now. I do feel like sleep is going to be interrupted for you, Shopaholic. So you might want to make more conscious efforts to have like nighttime rituals that maybe help give you more or grant you better sleep. The Four of Swords in reverse as well as the Hangman. And so like it can show it's going to be easier for you over the next 6 months to get tired because I don't think your sleep is getting into deep REM. So you might want to do things before bed that help with the sleep, like lavender spray, maybe no screens before bed, maybe making sure that you're plenty hydrated throughout the day so you're not waking up in the middle of the night thirsty, taking magnesium before bed. Just basically creating like a bedtime ritual where you're trying to go to bed at the same time every single night would be helpful, because I'm just seeing a lot of interrupted sleep. Now, again, this is something that can change, but if you don't make conscious efforts towards trying to create a bedtime routine, quote unquote, it might be harder for you to get deep sleep that you're looking for. Shopaholic, do you have any pets? I'm seeing like you nurturing or caring for like another being, like a child, a pet, maybe fostering, possibly like pet sitting. It could even be a plant, but that's the extent that I would go. But I just feel like you're watching over or caring for something else over the next 6 months. And I'm not saying it's the entire duration of the 6 months. I just mean at some point during the 6 months. But it's outside of yourself. It's something or someone else. Okay, so over the next 6 months, there's going to be points in time where you feel like everything's going your way and you're getting exactly what you want. Maybe even the bigger percentage of the duration of the 6 months, maybe like 3 or 4 months out of the 6 months, you feel like things are really going your way. You're getting what you want. You're getting what you ask for. I have the King of Pentacles here, and like this specific card is having your cake and eating it too. So the best of both worlds, getting what you're looking for or feeling generally fulfilled. I also see with the Page of Swords feeling studious or eager to learn something new. Maybe you dig deep into some type of like rabbit hole throughout this next 6 months where you do like a deep dive into a specific category or a specific hobby. And then to round off your reading, the last card is that some places where you felt like you were restricted or you couldn't see or things felt very unknown to you. I'm getting that you're getting clarity on those things. So, for example, if you don't have a job and you've been wondering what's going to happen, what are you going to do, like what's the next steps for you, I'm hearing that clarity is going to come in. You're going to get those answers. So again, that job thing was just an example. Any part of your life that you've been feeling kind of like the future feels foggy or the specific area feels like you can't see clearly, you are getting those answers and obtaining that clarity that you're looking for in whatever aspect of your life it is that you felt like you've been unsure about. Philomena, are you here? Hey there, go ahead and post your question. Oh, that was fast. Was that really already? I guess so. Philomena, while you type your question, I'm going to step away for a quick second, not long, just like 2 minutes. All right. As far as like hearing that you got the job, I'm guessing the next, I know this is very specific, but like the next 7 to 24 hours. I have the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. These swords typically indicate hours. It could be a day. Like swords could be days technically, days or hours, but I feel like if a week from today seems unrealistic, like you're fully expecting to hear from them sooner than that, I would say it's between like today and tomorrow, is my best guess. I'm not sure when you plan to start, but I do have the King of Cups, and the King of Cups indicates a February to March timeframe. So that was like a side note message that maybe when you would be starting the position. Let's see. Yeah, I think things are going to happen pretty quickly for you once you get the, I guess, the approval or the offer or whatever. Things start to move pretty quickly after that. So I think potentially you'll hear from them today or tomorrow. Maybe not start the job until like this month, like maybe in like 2 weeks or something, because the specific time frame that I got for the King of Cups, which I assumed because it came after maybe potentially like when you would be starting the job, it says, oh, wait a second. Yeah, February 19th to March 20th. Something might be going on throughout those dates. Makes sense. Okay. So, as far as like the academy, you said it won't be until March. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting. But I'm, as far as hearing from them, I'm hearing mere hours sometime between today and tomorrow. So Philomena, that is what I have for you. Hopefully that helps narrow things down for you. Three minis. Okay. Good for you. So SB, Daniel is, I think he's looking for someone who he feels is he's compatible with. I don't think that he's rushing anything per se. He's kind of, I think he's going on dates. I think he's going on multiple dates. Just kind of seeing what's out there. I don't think he's made a decision on anyone in particular, one way or the other. He's actually kind of reminding me a little bit of you for some reason, like just putting yourself out there and seeing if you vibe with anyone in particularly. But I do have the Hierophant, that he is ultimately looking for someone that he is compatible with, someone that he has common interests with. I think that he's enjoying the dating life, getting to know different people. So I guess the most that I can say right now is that he would be open to relationship. But he's still kind of feeling things out right now and staying fairly independent in that regard. Let's see. Is he interested? Let's take a look here. Is he interested in SB? Is he interested in SB? Is he interested in SB? Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. That's good. I'm glad you're feeling better now. Yeah, so I think for him there is interest, like at least you've piqued his interest. He's intrigued, curious about you, potentially like maybe a date or two. But I think that he's looking at other options as well. I don't think that he's completely sold on like just dating you and only you, if that makes sense. I have the Chariot, and the Chariot is like moving forward, but with this deck in particular, it's someone who's at a fork in the road saying like, do I go this way? Do I go that way? I think I need more information before I can make a decision, kind of thing. So when you ask if you date, do you mean like if you go on dates together, or are you talking about like a committed relationship? If you go on dates, okay. Wow, the Lovers is the first thing out. Seven of Cups. I feel like you guys would have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of like thoughts floating about in your mind and maybe in his. So I think the conversation would go really well. There would be a lot of topics of conversation. So the Lovers indicates like quote unquote perfect union. So when it comes to dating, what that feels like to me is you get on well. There's very little lulls in between like something that you say. There's no awkward silences. The compatibility kind of starts right away, and maybe like the nerves kind of disappear pretty quickly. I feel like also you get on really well, so everything kind of just works. It maybe just be a very easy person to date, and the nerves fizzle out very quickly. Maybe you get comfortable pretty quickly, or quicker than you thought that you would. Knight of Wands indicates attraction, so I feel like dates would either end or involve some type of physical affection. You guys have a lot of fun. We have the Sun here. Let's see. We also have the Tower, which is interesting. But the way that the Tower is looking like to me is that it's not so much chaos and hardship. It's more like dismantling maybe preconceived notions or ideas of what you had about dating. Maybe this person makes dating fun and is kind of making you have like epiphanies or aha moments where you go, this person's like dismantling my original opinion about this or that, and I'm starting to see things from a different side or a different perspective. So maybe this person's making you a little more open-minded. Maybe the topics of conversation are very enlightening, something along those lines. But yeah. Yeah, you can add another mini, go for it. What's your third question? So for this question, SB, are you asking if you guys got into a relationship? Okay. Mm. So SB, um, I guess this reading would be wise for me to tell you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Because here's the thing, like you can get on really well and things are going smoothly and conversation is flowing and all of that stuff. But I would encourage you to really ask the hard questions when it comes to this person, because you guys might get on well as like dating, but maybe once you enter a relationship, it can be harder for you and him, because maybe it stops going from like light and carefree and um, like uncomplicated and all of that to now there's a committed relationship and it's feels like sudden pressure. I think I asked, like, if you were to just get into a relationship with this person, what does it look like? And then I asked if you guys take things a little bit slower and get to know each other better. Basically, Spirit saying don't jump into something with this person. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Your relationship with this person will be better if you really take the time. And I'm talking like maybe even potentially months before making yourself committed to this person. The trajectory of that, taking things slow, is better, but it's not 100% great. But Spirit's kind of saying, like, don't rush into something with this person just because you guys are hitting it off and things are going well. You know, there could be some red flags that come up because you jump into a relationship with this person that maybe you would have seen had you just taken the time to get to know them a little bit better. So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying this is a completely like non-negotiable, non-option. I'm not saying the outcome is non-negotiable, but I am saying that it's like don't put all your eggs in one basket, because we don't want you to be leaving disappointed. Ask the hard questions, really talk to them, be like, hey, do you really want a relationship? And if that's the case, like, this is what I'm looking for. I want to be in a relationship with someone That's why you go on dates, to get to know people, to decide if like this is your person or not. So like, are you here for a fun time, a good time, short time, or are you potentially interested in something long term? These are not questions to add pressure to you. I'm just honestly curious where your head is at so that I can make the best decisions for myself, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, I'm getting that like things go really well. So because the dates go well and because you have such a good time, it can be really easy to get swept up into things. And Spirit's just kind of saying, just keep your head on straight and just let things play out a little bit longer and get to know him better before you start committing yourself to this person. I should be a relationship coach. I wonder what all that would entail. I love it. I mean, that's kind of why I picked up tarot, because I like that kind of stuff. Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. I've always thought that I'd be a good like counselor as well, but I never went to school for it. All right, so the last question he wanted to ask about was Abe and what are his intentions. Okay, so this is someone different. Oh, thank you, SB. That's so flattering. Thank you for saying that. Thanks, Rising. Thank you for checking in. So SB, things are a little different with this person. Whereas Abe really likes dating, I think he's not in it 100% for the right reasons. And when I say right reasons, I'm not bringing shame or judgment onto his reasons. I'm just saying maybe the reasons that you would be dating feel different than the reasons he is dating. It seems like with the previous person you asked about, that person's having fun, getting out there, getting to know people, really enjoying like other people's company and not having any expectations going into like this or into these conversations. This person's just like really enjoying themselves, right? The person that you just asked about, what was his name again? Was it like Daniel or something? Yeah, so that's Daniel. But with Abe, it almost seems like he's going into these connections with people just for one specific outcome. And he's leaving a lot of broken hearts in his wake. Like the center of this reading is the Three of Swords. So it almost feels like if you go here with this person, if you explore it further and just make sure that like you're, I guess, being very, very mindful and watchful and observant of how this person is acting. I have the Five of Wands and the Four of Wands. And in this particular deck, it's a lot of women, like a lot of women congregating around. So I feel like for him is maybe he's more here for like an ego boost, or he might be here for sex or something along those lines. Like it almost feels like I don't know. Daniel goes into it for fun, and I feel like Abe is going into it for expectation. So just keep that in mind. He's coming through as the fool. So this is someone who's here for a good time, but maybe not a long time. The fool is someone who's like no baggage, which is nice, but I feel like they could be a little bit immature, possibly, or something like that. So definitely like check it out for yourself, but that's what I'm getting from this reading. All right, SB, thank you for your donations tonight. You're welcome. All right, Rising, I'm reading your question now. All right, so what I am getting is that this person kind of wants to sweep you off your feet, so to speak. I feel like they are still looking for a connection with you. They're still looking to woo you and make you feel desired, make you feel wanted. We have the Knight of Cups here. And so I feel like this person still has a romantic interest in you and may possibly do something gesture wise to. Well, actually, is this your next question too? Well, okay, so you asked what's next for the near future. This might be kind of a message there, that this person is maybe going to be making a small gesture, like candies at your door, a rose with a note, something along those lines, that he's feeling kind of romantic in his head at the moment. We also have the Death card, which can kind of indicate that your connection is going through some type of transitional period where there's change happening in your connection with one another. And the Six of Pentacles indicates that this person is wanting to give maybe more effort or exchange more effort. So I feel like he's here wanting to maybe give to you. It doesn't feel like a grand gesture. It feels like a small token of appreciation to say like, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm interested. Hey, like I know that things have been how they are with us, but I would like for that to change. I would like for that to look differently. Because I think for him, he's feeling like hasn't been very lucky in finding the right partner. Let's see. This could also indicate, because I have the Five of Swords, this could also indicate like frustration. If it was like Five of Wands, I would say like sexual frustration, but it's a Five of Swords, so I feel like there's mental frustration possibly here. We also have the Ace of Wands, so in love and relationships, it can indicate that he's desiring a new relationship with you. It talks about how there's like a chemistry in the air or like a provocative energy around the two of you. As far as his feelings towards the connection, not feelings towards you, but towards the connection, is that he's still trying to heal, try to break cycles, things that aren't working for him. He's saying that he wished that he could right his wrongs or maybe apologize for the things that he feels he didn't handle the right way. I do feel like he thinks to some extent that he has been untruthful with you and he's allowed other things to get in the way of you guys being together, but he is not giving up. So let's move into what's next for you guys. I did touch on that a little bit because it came through in the message, but let's see if there's anything else that I can pick up on. All right, so one of the strongest things that's coming through is like a fling, like an affair. And now I don't know, like I don't know if affair is the right terminology because like typically that only happens if someone's in a relationship, you know. And I don't know if he is or not, but so maybe affair is like not the right terminology, but maybe fling is. There feels to be um some type of rendezvous, some type of hookup that happens based off of like your raw attraction and mutual connection that you guys feel for one another. So like this is giving like a one night stand potentially leading into multiple night stands, if that makes sense. Let's see. Now that's the trajectory that you're currently on. Keep in mind if that's not what you want, or if you do, but that's not the only thing you want, you might want to set some ground rules first because the devil was the first card out. And so this can talk about like things becoming like codependent or not necessarily toxic, but the behavior could feel toxic. It could feel like you guys are just using each other because your attraction is so strong that if there's no ground rules that are set, it could feel like maybe, you know, you feel used or he feels used or whatever it is. Now, if you both are okay with this and you're okay with this being the extent of the connection, then I think that's fine. But at the same time, I think that if this is not necessarily the trajectory that you would like to take and you want things to be different, I think you have to set the ground rules there because what feels like to me is he only knows when it comes to relationships, he's only been shown and he only has experienced instant gratification without really putting in the work. So he would need you to kind of set the tone, right, for how things are going to be between you guys because I don't feel like he knows much different. So I think it's really good that you ask this question and you get this reading because when the time comes, you will be able to kind of put your boundaries up and be like, hey, like, I'm into you and I want to be with you like that, but I'm not going to jump into this. You know, I mean, you do what you feel is best in that moment. Whatever you're feeling is right. But I think that if you're not necessarily 100% into just like a friends with benefits thing only without really like any room for growth or advancement in the relationship, I think that it's important that you heed this warning of this reading and you set the tone for the connection like in the very beginning when things seem like they're about to go down. And this may kind of take him back a little bit and it might make you feel uncomfortable because you're thinking like, oh wow, I've waited so long for this connection to get grounded. Now that I finally am, I'm setting all these rules, but you have to be the person to do that because he's not going to. Right. But that's what I see coming up next. More immediately, a small gesture. But I think that once momentum starts getting built in this connection, then things can get carried away very quickly. Definitely don't want to get swept up into something and then regret how things evolved because maybe you're looking for something that it might feel like after the fact is a little too late to then go back and be like, actually, this is what I'm looking for. So I think setting those boundaries in the beginning is probably going to be the best. And I think, too, that it'll maybe come as a surprise to him. It might take him aback a little bit, but I think that if you stand any chance or hope to be with this person in a serious way, that's what has to be done in the beginning. So, Rising, that is what I have for you. You are my last read of the night. So, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, but I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for your donations tonight. Yeah, you can ask a follow-up question. Go ahead. Okay, so I'm getting the Eight of Swords, which is making me feel like, did he see it yet? Did he? I don't know. Eight of Swords is kind of like blind, or like I didn't see it, or I can't see it, something along those lines. So, keeping in mind that if he has seen it, I have the Hierophant here, and so that is a yes. That is basically him saying, she gets me, she understands me. Like, that's something that would be funny to me or of interest to me, and like, she understands who I am and she understands my humor, and I like that. So, but I don't know if he's seen it yet because I have the Eight of Swords. But again, if he has or when he does, that's his thought process. You're welcome, Rising. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.